There was a small village, quiet and slow, where life moved gently with the wind. At the very edge of that village stood a small wooden house. It was old, simple, and warm, a house filled with memories. 3 people lived there: an old grandmother, her daughter, and her granddaughter. The granddaughter was a quiet girl, very quiet. She believed she could do nothing on her own. She always depended on her mother and her grandmother. If there was a problem, they solved it. If there was a decision, they made it. The grandmother and her mother never scolded her. Instead, they gently encouraged her. "You can do it," they would say. "Stand on your own feet. Do something for your future." But the girl never believed those words. She had no close friends. She didn't like talking to people. Crowds made her nervous. Questions made her silent. Most days, she sat in the corner of her room. Sometimes she watched television. Sometimes she read books. Time passed quietly around her. Outside, the world kept changing. Seasons changed. Years passed. The cupboards grew old. The walls faded. But she remained the same. Her grandmother often looked at her with worried eyes. "I don't want to see you like this forever," she said softly. "I want to see you confident. I don't want you to depend on anyone. I want you to face life bravely." The girl listened, but fear always answered louder than hope. The saddest moment one morning, everything changed. The grandmother did not wake up. The girl called her name. She shook her gently. She waited, but nothing happened. That silence, it was heavier than any sound she had ever known. The bond between the girl and her grandmother was deep and unbreakable, or so she thought. Losing her felt like losing the ground beneath her feet. Her mother collapsed in grief. Days passed. Months passed. The house that once felt warm now felt empty. Slowly, her mother fell ill. Her strength faded. Her smile disappeared. The girl lay awake at night, terrified. What if I lose her too? What will I do then? For the first time in her life, fear didn't push her back. It pushed her forward. She wanted to protect her mother. She wanted to support her family. And so, one day, she made a decision. She would search for a job. It wasn't easy. Years had passed since she graduated. She didn't know how to speak confidently. She didn't know how to answer questions. She walked into interviews with shaking hands. Her voice trembled. Her eyes looked down. She was rejected, again and again. Every rejection felt like a wound. She returned home many nights in tears, questioning herself. Am I really useless? Can I do anything at all? But she didn't stop. She remembered her grandmother's words. She remembered her mother's fragile smile. And she kept going. One day, everything changed again. She got the job. For a moment, she couldn't speak. Tears rolled down her face. Not from sadness, but from relief. She ran home and told her mother. That day, the house felt warm again. Her mother smiled, a real smile, after a long time. That night, the girl cried quietly, not because she was weak, but because she had finally proved something to herself. The first days at work were hard. She faced scolding from superiors. She made mistakes. She felt overwhelmed. But this time, she didn't run. She stayed. Months passed. Slowly, she learned. She spoke to clients. She communicated clearly. She handled responsibilities with confidence. The quiet girl was changing. She became a strong employee, a responsible daughter, a confident woman. She built a better home for herself and her mother. Their lives became stable. Peace returned. In her heart, she could still hear her grandmother's voice. Life had pushed her out of her comfort zone. not to hurt her, but to transform her. She understood something important. She didn't change because life was easy. She changed because she chose courage over fear. She no longer feared rejection. She no longer feared failure. She no longer ran from problems. And she realized something deeper, something for all of us. We often tell ourselves, I can't. I don't know. I'm not capable. But the moment we take one step forward, even the biggest problems begin to feel smaller.
Now let's learn some important words from this. Story. One, comfort zone. Meaning a situation where a person feels safe and relaxed and does not want to try new or difficult things. Example, she stayed in her comfort zone and avoided facing the outside world. 2, timid meaning, shy and lacking confidence, especially in social situations. Example, the girl was timid and avoided talking to strangers. 3, encourage, meaning to give support, confidence, or hope to someone. Example, her grandmother always encouraged her to believe in herself. 4, collapse, meaning to break down emotionally or physically because of stress or sadness. Example, her mother collapsed emotionally after losing her own mother. 5, rejection, meaning the act of being refused or not accepted. Example, even after many rejections, she did not stop trying. 6, courage, meaning the ability to face fear, pain, or difficulty bravely. Example, with courage, she faced her fears and changed her life.